I've not lit this yet because I'm not quite done with my interpack ritual. The ritual is this. When I find there's only one cigarette left in a box package, I expect myself to destroy the box, the old empty box, open the new box, tearing off the little tab and the surrounding polypropylene or whatever they use these days from the top part, and open and take off the aluminum paper liner, throw it away, close up the new box, tear apart the old box like this. So I've torn off the top part in one piece. That gets turned into two pieces. The idea here is to make it as two-dimensional as possible. Get rid of the third dimension, so that when I throw it in the trash, it takes the least possible space. I have my special, practically nothing but cigarette garbage trash can right here behind me. And now I tear this apart. There, that's reasonably flat. Sometimes I'll fuck with this remaining silver paper. That's reasonably flat, yeah. This, however, is not. So now it's all reasonably flat and can go into the trash. See? Yeah, flat. Just one of those algorithms developed here for maximum efficiency. Back in a time when there was a certain degree of rarity to plastic bags big enough to fill this trash barrel, this little trash can, not a little, medium size, so that I was, you could say, driven to come up with the best way of using, a decent way anyway, of using a precious resource, namely the plastic bags. Eventually I bought a roll of them, and then I discovered, after having a number of months of grocery deliveries, back when I was even more reluctant to walk than I am today, most of the deliveries came in either paper bags or plastic bags, large collection of plastic bags that are perfect for the cigarette trash. So it's no longer a real issue. On the other hand, I don't like to be bothered to get dressed and take the trash out, so it's still a benefit. The longer it takes to fill it, the less I have to annoy myself with walking, bringing it out to the garbage. Anyway, earlier on I used to just crush the package, but that's, not as effective as this method. And it becomes conscious because it's one of those things that I have kind of burdened myself with, having decided that This is the way I shall do it. Or more like, this is the way you shall do it. Who's in charge here? Well, causality and doership and all those cute things. In any case, whoever's in charge has issued a dictum. This is the way. And what I like about it is that it's a tiny bit of self-discipline. Not as strong and big a bit as taking my pills every day, twice a day. As near as possible to 12 hours apart, so that the medications that ought to have a certain kind of constant-ish level have the best shot at maintaining a constant-ish level. My blood thinner and my beta blocker. Oh, and my, what do you call it? Blood pressure medicine. Those are the three that I take morning and evening. And I guess I've convinced myself that the best treatment is to space the takings of those three drugs by 12 hours, as close as practical. So I don't get upset if it's 15 minutes early or late, but one or two times in a month I might go past half an hour or even an hour and a half. I have a memory of one of those times in recent history. Oh my goodness, a whole hour and a half. Well, just another self-imposed pattern. What self? What is a self anyway? Some folks say there's no such thing. Well, no, the self is not a thing. That's true. Look into yourself to see what it is. What am I? The broader question of who am I? Assuming that I had some idea of what a who is. Well, of course I do. And oops. Wow. So soon going out by itself. Is that an omen? 8.5 minutes. Well, it's nice that I can passively, so to speak, relight without endangering my mustache or my nose with the lighter. Not that that's, but it's shorter, you know. In this case, it's more than half the full length, but that's rare. Rare that I let it go out so soon. 9 minutes already. Much ado about nothing. Of course, some of the advocates of non-duality or whatever say, that's what we are. Nothing. Well, we aren't things, really. Things are, yeah. We'll get into that one of these days, I'm sure. Might as well go a full 10 minutes. Anyway, finish the cigarette. So my breakfast included most of a banana. I've bitten down to the point where there's a very dark and unpleasant looking spot, so I'll handle that later. And fried turkey skin. I mean, 2/3 or so of the skin of the recently roasted turkey leg in one piece, fried in my beautiful little, maybe 9 or 10-inch frying pan, in some kind of fat left over from I don't really know what. It may have been fish sticks, or I can't remember. I do remember having fish sticks recently. That's a special part, 1/3 of a special ritual meal. The other 2/3 are cheese noodles, a la Kraft Dinner, and frozen peas, cooked, of course. That's the ritual dinner, which commemorates Mother. She often fed us, the family, dinner time, I think. Not lunch, but I think dinner time. A meal of fish sticks, Kraft Dinner, and frozen peas. So this is a ritual in memory of Mother, who always treated us, I would say really always treated us well. She had some complaints, and I'm allergic to complaints. Her knee. But she had pain, of course. She was a human being. And she took good care of us, all three of us, well grown up. And Daddy also took care of us, well grown up. Anyway, I ate all of that re-crisped turkey skin, which I noticed when I was frying it and pressing on it to kind of squeeze out all of the excess fat and whatever. I noticed that it had a couple of pin feathers in it, and I tried to take one out and I couldn't while it was cooking. So I thought I would finish, that job later. Well, no, I actually ate them. That was the first part that I ate after having fried it golden brown on both sides with just a little bit of black brown, Schwarzbraun, but not much. Pretty dark, extremely crisp. I ate about 2/3 of it, still warm from the frying, and the last third, it was just beginning to lose its crispness by picking up atmospheric moisture, I presume. In any case, that, and a little granola and a little cottage cheese, and finish off a tiny bit of canned red salmon from the fridge, which was not especially great, I think, when it comes to cold fish, which I've begun to like. Tuna is actually preferable to the extremely expensive, like 8 times as much. Really, literally 8 times as much. 200 or so grams of tuna in sunflower seed oil is like 99 cents. 213 grams of red salmon, wild, in its own juice, €8. 8 fucking euros. Well, anyway, I'm very pleased that when it comes at least to eating the leftover after opening the can, and I do love the red the red salmon, especially the backbone. There's almost guaranteed, I think, to be one backbone in each can of red salmon. And if I didn't get that, I would be disappointed. I would not have my €8 worth if there were no backbone. Just that funny, slight crunch. I love crunches, and that's a wonderfully distinct and beloved crunch. Anyway, I crunched up all of the, like 2/3 of the skin from the whole fucking leg. By leg, I mean also the hip. Cigarette done. So that was part of my breakfast, along with some granola, a banana. Oh, and what? Not a clementina, a mandarina, a mandarin orange, which I bought a bag of for a reasonably low price. Not too low, but anyway, I think maybe $2.49 for 6 or 7 of them. Anyway, they are totally seedless, very delicious, and so one of those was part of my breakfast along with the crunchy skin. Now I don't have to worry about the skin rotting. I had just thrown it into the frying pan, which already had this fat from God knows what, and covered it a day or two ago. And now, having fried it and eaten it, it is taken care of. It's no longer Pflichtessen, which it had become. And later today, I expect that I will open up the refrigerator box of turkey leg meat in aspic and try it out. My second go on that, and it's in a 1-liter box because there's about a pound of flesh mixed into or added to a half-liter of the liquid obtained like gravy by putting almost 2 cups of water into the turkey roaster pan, and with my lovely silicone brush, which can be used hot or is great for, it doesn't soak anything much up, is great for spreading oil on the skin of a about to be roasted turkey or chicken leg or whatever. Anyway, with the help of that, swishing around and, boiling on the stove, most all of that brown gook got dissolved and turned into the flavor of the aspic. In any case, 18 fucking minutes. This has turned into a turkey leg skin TED Talk. Okay. That's more than enough. Thanks for your patience if you're still here. And my best wishes, blessings, and salutations.